Scorpio, I got cut off as I was shuffling, so we're just going to keep shuffling and do it for part 2. So, in the other deck, in case you didn't watch part 1, your cards were Temperance and the Chariot. And I just peeked underneath and the High Priestess was there, but I'm not going to read that deck. I'm going to read this one. All right, so we're going to shuffle. I'm going to adjust you a little bit. I gave you a different angle here. By the way, that's the first painting I ever attempted to do. I needed some wall art, so I made it, and I made it really big. So I don't have music. You have my wall art. But watch. Let me darken this. Can I turn this off for a minute? Hold on. If you take art and you put a cool light on it, it can look like totally different. Should I just leave it off? Should we do a dark video for you, Scorpio? Should we do a part 1 and then a part 2 with the sexy lighting? I'm just going to keep that light off. That's how we're getting creative with you. We're going to use this light. Like half the deck just fell, so I'm not going to even look. Let's continue. Is this too psychedelic for you? Do you need a little bit of normal light? I think I might. Oh, I do have my whip. I do have my whip, Scorpio. That could be an interesting video. This totally makes up, by the way, for not having the music. We're going to do this. I'm going to use my whip for you, Scorpio. I think you deserve the whip. You get the whip. Stick with it. Stick with me. Stick with me with this. All right. Highest, greatest good of all of us for what we should know, what is okay for us to know, and what will bring clarity, peace, love, and abundance in our situation. So we have more understanding. So we have a viewpoint that is a little more free. And so we get a little more sensitivity. I kind of don't even need to do a part 2. I don't even need to do a part 2 for you, Scorpio. You got Temperance and they got the Chariot and the High Priestess underneath. So I'd say you're good. But let's just clarify maybe a little more wisdom. Or in depth to what this is speaking about for Scorpios that are watching this video. What does Scorpios need to know? By the way, if you've been waiting for a bonus and you're watching this video and you're still waiting for your sign, I look at it like this. Take it as a sign that sometimes we are to not know something for good reason. If you find you're being obsessed, and you're looking at a lot of videos and you want to know, it's probably the time, especially if you're not finding it, it's probably a time to not look. Maybe that's the time you need to go in yourself and ask yourself or pay attention to your own situation and your own intuition instead of looking for the answer somewhere else. So if you're waiting for your video, I'm trying to think of even who I have to do, maybe Gemini, maybe Capricorn, then you're probably good. Just go with whatever is going on in your life and enjoy yourself and love yourself, and you're beautiful and your sign will be coming soon enough. All right, on to the reading. Back to Scorpio. Highest, greatest good. Everyone involved. Sun, moon, rising, whatever filter you want. So that whoever's watching this has a little bit more clarity to what they're wondering and praying about. One card. Six of Pentacles, and at the bottom, the Ten of Cups. Those are nice cards. Let me let you see them. All right, so you have this. There's like the happy family here, and the rainbow and all these cups, right? You have the the dad and the mom. I hope you can see this okay. Let me turn it on for a moment. I'll turn it on and I'll turn the light back on. Alright, so you have like the dad and the mom and the little boy and the little girl, and they're like, yeah, look at everything we have. It's like the end of the storybook. It's also inheritance, or like money coming into you from, like, it's usually family, but it can be money coming into you, so you're okay. I mean, it looks like you're good. It looks like money is coming to you. This can be a, like, perfect love and marriage as well, but it's grounded in stability and equality and growth. So there's a sense of like, there's a lot of growth, but you have to concentrate on this part to have this. Let me let you look at this guy. You got this guy here with his fancy hat and his feather, and there's little kids, and they're like, please, please, sir, may I have another? Or you can be this guy and be like, I don't know, little kid, you don't need another little bit of porridge, you know? And then, or he could be like, oh my gosh, I have so much porridge. Here, 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 have this, have this, have this. And these little kids are like, yay, this is the best guy ever. Let's sing for him. Let's come back tomorrow and mow his lawn. You know, or they're his grandchildren or his children, and he's teaching them lessons, how they can have prosperity for themselves. He's teaching them skills. He's teaching them talents. He recognizes the things that are special in each of these kids, right? And then he gets back, you know. This kid grows up and he names a store after his uncle. Or this one grows up and teaches like 20 other kids who teach 2 million other kids something that this one guy showed them once. It's prosperity, giving and receiving, but giving with without the idea of needing to be having to get back. Giving because you can, because you want, because it feels good to do so. And this is balancing your scales. So maybe you found the perfect place and the perfect time and the perfect temperature and the perfect moment in your life, Scorpio, to allow yourself to receive the abundance that you deserve, because you have a lot to give. You've gone through a lot of lessons, and you've gone beyond the boundaries and learned about penetration in every sense of the word. Getting right inside the depth, dark, warm, wet, moist, scary tunnel of experience. And learned what's good and what's not for you, and where you will not tread again. You know? These are lessons you'll come through in your life. So you're usually a master at it. And maybe you're using this give and take, you know, using the lessons of maybe places you've come that are dark, and helping others and pulling them into the light. And, you know, bringing people up with you, Scorpio. And then it comes back to you. And then this kind of stuff comes back to you because people want to help you. Because they received something from you that was more than a coin. It was something that you gave them to balance their scale, their abundance. You know, if their scale's like this and they always come back to you to get the food, thank you. And it goes empty. Thank you. Thank you. But if you give them wisdom or something that they can go out and use as a skill to make money, or use as a skill to create, or bring joy into their lives, or bring joy into someone else's life, then you've just taken that scale and given them one for each side. One for them to keep and one for them to give away. You've balanced your own scale. and somebody else's skill, and that's so much more powerful than always giving something to, on one side, to yourself or to somebody else. You know, you don't want to pick these two kids and say that, well, you know, that one's a little bit cuter than the other one. That one's a little more talented. Give them a little bit more. You don't know that. Maybe you just need to see which skill each of those kids is special in, and give the same amount of time or love or attention to them, or to yourself, or to your lover, you know, or to your project, or to your family. Whatever this is in your life, you listen to what I'm saying and take it into your story. I never turned the light on. I got serious with you. We'll have to get sexy with the lights later, Scorpio. All right, so I kind of like my whip, though. I kind of like my whip. All right, so then you have this, the Ten of Cups. Like fairy tale ending. The kids are playing with each other. They love each other. You know, they're tickling each other. You got the castle in the background. He's like, oh my God, look at my beautiful castle. We built this from scratch. It is amazing. We have accomplished this. We have gorgeous kids we can teach. They're going to grow up and do whatever they want. But don't forget that this happy ending and this moment is just the moment. It's just a page in a storybook. And that is not reality. Reality is every moment that you have to make this a reality. And reality is moments are not always this happy ending. There's a lot of trials and tribulations and crying and tragedies and celebrations and passion and sex and, you know, picnics, tickling, fighting, learning, aloneness that goes along with every moment that this family has, with every moment you have making your storybook. So don't forget to enjoy those moments, to grow, even when there are weird moments or great moments. We have cycles. It looks like you've got a moment of glory. You've got a moment of power, passion. I forgot to mention this when I looked at this before. I saw the water. He doesn't have fire and water, but the triangle in red on his heart is fire. So this is you with a heart of passion. That's what's taking your reins, whatever you're passionate about. Maybe it's getting to this. Remember to have passion every day on the way to this, no matter where it takes you. Because even when you get to this day, you go to sleep and then you have another, and another, and another. That day never really comes. That day is always really right now. Scorpio, right now is always really the perfect time. So whenever you watch this message, now is the time to work with the passionate heart that you have to share with this world. How do you need to share it? How do you need to share it? It's up to you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'll show you this. Under this was the Lovers. We're going to stop here. Use your wisdom, use your gut, use your heart. Connect your mind and your soul to your passion and your power. And know that I love you. I love you so much, Scorpio. Mwah. Thank you for staying with me. That was your bonus. I love you, and I'll see you soon.